The following is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad that you have tuned in. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. This segment brought to you by the Bank of Billings. Bank of Billings established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. Also presented by Doak Propane in Polk County. For all your propane needs, see the folks at Doak. We go to Stockton High School now, bringing Stockton Tiger head football coach Luke Rader. Coach Rader, thanks for your time today.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Coach, a tremendous season a year ago. You finished 8-3, at the end of last year. What did you lose off of that team just by virtue of graduation? And who are some of the people, some of the guys that are going to have to step in and fill some roles this year as you go into the 25 season?
Yeah, had a big senior class last year, had 10 seniors and just good people, good football players. Obviously, when you have a good season, that is the case. So we've got a lot of spots to fill, and we've had a lot of competition for most of those positions through this summer. And so we're really hoping that, that's going to pay off by giving us more depth, that we're rotating a lot of different people this summer, trying to figure out what the best combination of all of that is. So hopefully that leads to all those different people getting a lot of reps and then being ready to play on Friday nights, so that regardless of who the starter is week one, everybody knows whether it's, a matchup situation or maybe you get injuries throughout the season. It always pays to have a lot of depth. And so we're hoping that pays off this season.
You talk a little bit about the summer, what you did. What was your summer like? What were the numbers like? Did you participate in camps, 7-on-7? What was it like for the Tigers?
Yeah, we did some 7-on-7 here. We went to Sircoxie one night this summer, and then we hosted a one-day camp here, and we went to Branson for their camp. And so our participation was good overall. I think we've got a lot of kids that are bought in. Our numbers are going to be down a little bit. We've got a really small senior class, and it's just a weird combination. Our senior class, even when they were in junior high, I think there were only 7 or 8 of them. And, one moves away. You have a couple that don't play, things like that. And then our incoming freshman class, same deal, where it's just a really small class and always has been. So those two classes being there together, our numbers will be down a little bit, but the kids that are playing, had pretty good commitment throughout the summer. So that's always encouraging.
Tell us a little bit about your coaches, your assistant coaches. Did you retain a lot of them? Did you bring anybody new in?
So we've been really, really fortunate to put together the staff we have. Jared Hansen was head coach at Miller. He's had head coach experience out in Kansas, and he joined us a few years ago. Brett Burchett he coached close to 20 years up at Cass Midway. His dad, is the head coach at Cass Midway for, I think, since the beginning of time. And he joined us a few years ago also. And, then we've got Gavin Kinney, who's from Stockton originally, a lot of ties to the community there and does a really good job with the kids. Josh Short actually comes over from Sheldon, so we co-op with Sheldon, and they provide a coach, and he drives those kids over. And he's awesome, just extremely hardworking. Chance Edens is a young guy we added a couple years ago, and it's always, I've gotten old enough now where it's nice to have those young guys that have the energy and they can relate to the kids really well. And then junior high wise, Kyle Freeze is another Stockton guy that is from here. And I mean, as far as junior high coaches go, he's going to be hard to beat, the amount of time and effort he puts into it. And then Camden Burns helps him with that too. And Camden's really knowledgeable, again, for a junior high coach. he's pretty good.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, you got we kick it off for real here on Monday, the 11th. Between the 11th and the 22nd, that 12 days there. What are your goals? As you get into the jamborees there on the 22nd. Obviously, you want to stay healthy during that time. But do you have any other goals that you're trying to meet with this team?
So, one thing that's tough at a small school and probably any size school is trying to figure out in practice who your varsity players are. And like I said, we've got a lot of positions where we've got multiple guys competing. And so going to Branson was really good for us to be able to go against another varsity team and see kind of where some of our guys were at. And then it also showed some areas we need to work on. So we've got a lot of things we need to fix that we saw in Branson that were kind of exposed there. And the biggest thing is the things we can control, not making mental mistakes, not beating yourself, trying to eliminate those because we open with Marionville. So obviously any mistake you make against a good opponent like that, it's going to show up.
As you mentioned your schedule, you open up at Marionville there on the 29th. With regards to the last year's schedule, has anything changed? Is pretty much the same schedule, just switching home and away?
Yeah, it'll be the same schedule. So we have Sherwood and Central on there for non-conference games. Marionville, Miller, Ash Grove, Sircoxie, and then in the season with Skyline, Diamond, Pierce City to round things out. So, I really think our conference has improved over the years, and a lot of that is some consistency in the coaches. You've got a lot of coaches that are staying longer in those roles and being able to build programs.
Very good. Well, Coach, I'm looking forward to the season, probably not as much as you and the players are, but I always enjoy, posting up here on a Friday night, doing the live scoreboard show. And I also enjoy I'm president of the Springfield Area Quarterback Club, which you were a part of last year on occasion, and we'll get those schedules out here. I'm waiting on Springfield Public Schools athletic director Josh Scott. He's going to get back with me to see if he needs to make any changes there on his schools, and then we'll send those out. And we'll look forward to getting to hook up with you there at the Springfield Area Quarterback Club.
Awesome. Enjoy it.
You're watching the Missouri Sports Network here on High School Game Day on the MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And now word from Central Bank.
Things are a little tight for Terrence right now. But they won't be for long, because Central Bank makes it easier for customers like Terrence to dream bigger.
More room would be nice.
With mortgage solutions that can open the door to more space.
That's what I'm talking about.
For his growing family.
Growing family?
Honey, guess what?